Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to evercrisis. We're going to be talking about the dungeon ranking, my top 100 play. This is going to give you guys an idea of how to trick the dragon to getting no damage, going in a certain boss route. My Discord does have a map that shows where everything is, so you guys can plan your route ahead of time. I'm going to showcase all of that here and kind of give you an idea how to make top 100. Hopefully my score does stick. It's a little bit harder because you can't just copy everyone's setup, but the idea of like what bosses do, what routes to take, what buffs to take, those are the in-between things that really make or break a setup. So we're going to jump in and we're going to talk about mine specifically. This is the current score I have right now, rank 16, and I got 1.830, 605, and 180. Now, the thing you guys got to realize is that you can full clear this for all the rewards just by taking no score boost. No score boost got me a total of like 1.6 million I had before on this one, and now I got 1.83. Not including the other two. So you guys should be able to clear all the rewards. Unless you're super new, then it's going to be a little bit harder. But let's jump in and talk about my actual setup. Let me make sure this is the one. This looks like the one. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using a non-elemental team. I don't have any wind setups. I don't have Aerith that has that wedding dress. I don't have Tifa with her motor drive. I don't have Sephiroth with his wind physical setup. I don't got Yuffie with her wind setup. There is choices out there, but I don't own them. So I'm going to go in with the non-elemental. The 2 DPS, there's nothing special on them. The only thing you got to bring in is that circle sigil, because every boss has that, and you pretty much have to go through that sigil phase eventually. Not all 3 characters need them. I'm only using it on 2, Tifa above me, but everything else on my setup and your setup should just be to pump your DPS as high as possible. And because the trances in the fight itself in the high score challenge, they are minus 15, 20 to like elemental. I'm not bringing in Thundercloud because of that. But you can see everything on here. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just here physical attack, HP bonus, right? Physical attack, HP is not on this one, but power defense is. So try to get your HP nice and high. I got 8,000, 7,000, and 8,000. And I'm bringing in Barret. Barret is the key one here. It's either Barret or Matt for physical defense up if you guys want to do the harder scores. Physical defense is increased to all allies. This is the main thing on this setup, is that Barret is healing with his main hand, only 1 copy. Not the greatest healer, but it's all I need for the content in this game until we hit like that critical stuff. And then that's the defense up. Everything else Barret is holding is just pure ways to raise physical defense and HP with a little bit of healing. Same thing back here. Cloud's not a full DPS. He's got HP, defense, and then he's got his buffs. So every one of these characters have a physical defense and HP to make sure they have a good amount of HP and some physical defense. And I have more on Cloud because I took one of his and I found something that had physical attack. I have ones that have 5.5% physical attack, but I went to go reduce my damage for more survivability. So that's the idea. You want a way to raise AoE defense, or you can run triple DPS, Yuffie buffing both your DPS, all 3 really strong DPS, and just burst down the whole place. That works too, especially for the primal behemoth. You want to be able to just burst everything down. So you guys can do a triple DPS run, and for this dungeon, you don't really need to heal at all. You can get away if you're strong enough. So let's jump in and let's talk about how I cleared this last night. All right, so if you guys are part of the Discord, in my Final Fantasy VII evercrisis category over here, there's a dungeon, and Ricky is the one who made this map. So if you guys want to go check this out, it shows you each boss, what their buffs and debuffs, where the items are located, and where the trash mobs are. So this gives you a good idea of where to run and what to grab. So if you guys want to check out that map, there's a link in the description for my Discord. But this is a pre-recording of a live stream that I did last night. We got my score off of that. I'm going to show you the run and what I did. So the first one you're going to go to is run up here and go around and push this box this way, because we're going to try to get to Rufus first. Rufus is going to be our first target, just because he is a little bit annoying. So is the dragon, but I have a way to deal with the dragon without getting hit, so I'll show you guys how to do that. Now, when it comes to Rufus, agitation, Barret's big AoE defense buff does help. It's not necessary, but it does mitigate damage. But in the end, I end up using a Mega Elixir just to clear all this. So in every single event of the the dungeon ranking, you always want to aim for the middle, the big boss. Never kill the ads unless your account has to kill the ads. If you can burst down the middle When the middle enemy dies, you're good. But don't forget to switch from attack to defense every time an enemy attacks you. I don't mind that my debuffs are happening right now. Cloud's getting physical defense down, right? I don't have any summon to AoE summon right away and kill these guys. All we're doing is just spamming our physical. And you can see I'm jumping between each character because when you're on semi, the AI just takes so long to cast it. It lets the whole bar fill up. I want to get through these as fast as possible, so I'm switching back and forth and spamming my DPS's best ability. Cloud is in sleep mode right now. It's what Rue does. It's what he's known for, and that's why it's a really annoying fight, so I try to go first. That was a nice crit off of Tifa, and then she finishes it off. Now, Barret pretty much only healed there and put on agitation, just so we took less damage, but the damage doesn't really matter because we are going to use a tent or Mega Elixir in the end, depending where we're at. So, first boss, 66,000, and then from there, we're going to go all the way up. Oh, the trance. Let me show you which one I picked. This is important. So, these are called trance abilities. You get to pick one to determine what happens to yours. I didn't go for the score boost here because it gives me defense minus 25%, and it takes out my physical. I'm going to take one of these later on, which I'm going to counter with taking the physical here of 30% up. So we're going to take a positive to do a 45% run, and then we're going to take all the score boosts after that. So we're going to go straight up, all the way to Rufus over here, and Rufus is probably one of the easier ones in the dungeon. You kill the dog first. If you don't kill the dog first, the first hit that he does, then you're going to take more damage. So spam that dog, take him to the dark side, and that's it. You don't have to deal with the big hit. Now here again, I'm switching between my DPS. I am going to use Somersault, because Tifa's Somersault is very quick to take back, and before the dragon, there is one more trash mob. So agitation, defense mode on the stance over here, don't forget, and we only take a total of 656 damage. Very, very easy. Barret does make a big difference, and so does Matt, or someone who has a single target defense buff. You can do that as well too, like Sephiroth's event weapon. So, it's just one of those spam, kill him. There goes Rufus, second enemy. Not that bad, right? Obviously, my setup is really good, but this is a video for top 100, and if everyone's top 100, no one's top 100, right? So, we got 69,000 out of that, and the trance we're going to take here is from this point on. You guys don't have to see it. I'm probably going to skip it. I'll just let you see. I'm always going to take score boost, essentially. Now, when it comes to trash mobs, you're not going to rush this. This is the key to these dungeon rankings, is stay on the trash mob to increase your limit break. So, I'm going to show you guys one trash mob, and then the other one's going to be the same idea. We switch to defense mode. I know you guys can't see behind me, but you see right here where this guy is? Above his head, there's a red diamond. We switch that to defense mode after we kill one of them, so we take less damage, right? Then we switch to that, and we end up going in order to use our weakest, blizzard blows, ruined. You can see I'm not tapping into my strong abilities and making sure everyone's limit break gets as high as possible for the dragon. I don't switch that much from defense and back because my characters were already close to high limit breaks, so I just use them the way they were. But you can see Barret doesn't have his limit break there. The other runs I did, he did. I stayed in there a little bit better. I switched more defense mode. This one I didn't, but the idea is go to defense mode, use your ruins to increase your limit break, and then when you go to the dragon, we can now do the trick. All right? And I've showcased this trick from almost like straight in the beginning of this game, right? This is basically called limit break cancellation. And every time you use a limit break, whenever one of your characters are attacking or the enemy's attacking, it resets them. So let's say we use Cloud's main ability here, and it's a big animation, and it doesn't count until it does damage. Right? Unless the ability does damage, it doesn't go through if you cast a limit break. So the dragon stays still in the beginning, and then when he moves and he starts inhaling, you use a limit break. In my case, if you use Tifa's first, it adds in 2 tiers of defense down, and then Barret's limit break does high debuffs. So he'll add 3 tiers of defense down. And then we use Cloud's. We're going to do all 3 separate. So here's a dragon, watch him. We also want to use an ability before we cast a limit break. So if you can spam Tifa or Clouds or your DPS's move, do it. But you saw him inhale, he's getting ready for poison. Now he's reset. He has to do it again. So I quickly do Ruin here to get Barret's limit break up and cast it again. Look at him inhaling poison. It doesn't go through. The limit break cancels the animation, cancels the attack. No damage goes through, no name pops up above. We canceled him. So we're spamming an ability. Hopefully Tifa gets to go through with it. She does, gets damaged. There's inhale, limit break. He hasn't been able to cast it yet. We're already at half HP. He now resets again. And now we spam all our abilities. There's the inhale. We have no more limit breaks. There's inhale poison. He is dead. No damage, no struggle, no poison. You passed the dragon. You're the hero. That dragon was nothing. You're pretty much Sephiroth right now. So that one is pretty straightforward. Use your limit break on any boss here. We could have killed the dragon normally, took a little bit of HP damage, took a little bit of poison, and we could have done that for the bird, Rufus, Rude. Use your limit break cancellation as much as you can. And if you use one of your character's attack and then cast limit break, it actually fills up that character's limit break bar, the one that casted ability, because it resets it, but it still counts towards that limit break bar. So it's a free way to build up your limit break. So here we have no limit break status, and every time you kill a boss, you end up increasing the trash mobs, these guys. You end up increasing their damage, their HP. They get stronger. You don't want that, so kill them as soon as possible and use them for their limit break increase. So here, you want to go ahead and go in defense mode and do it. I did it because the bird's not that scary for me, so I didn't really bother, and I'm going to use a Mega Elixir after the bird because this is me just testing if I have the capability of doing this. So I just went ahead and killed these as fast as I could, making sure at least Tifa got her limit break up. But you can see me going defense mode and switching just so I had it. It makes no sense, right? But it's the same idea, so we're going to fast forward and go straight to that. So for your run, don't be afraid to use items. Don't be afraid to use Mega Elixirs at the end. And then when you feel like, you know what, I can do this without fully healing, I can do this without using any supplements, then you slowly take away every run you do. Now for this guy, pretty straightforward. If you guys had a win setup, your win setup's way stronger than I'm doing most likely, because the win only takes away minus 20%, which is pretty big. So we're going to start off, watch an attack. Here comes an attack from the bird. Boom. Limit break. We cancel the attack. The damage, even though he moved close to our character, no damage happened, so we stopped his first attack. There we go. Now he hit Barrett for 732. But now we're aiming for the middle one, the zoo, and we're just spamming till he's dead. We're not using that 5-star material you saw, the wind damage. We're spamming free energy this entire time, which is my best move on Cloud. And Tifa has no wind on her either. I know you guys probably saw that 5-star material in the beginning. You're like, whoa, yeah, we don't use that here. This is a non-elemental build taking all those debuffs. So, Zoo's down. You don't have to kill the ads. And then after this fight, we take the chance of another score bonus of 15% while taking that 30%, right? And we lose the defense. So you can see that we have a total of minus 30% attack. No, we have neutral because we took the 30 from Rude. So here we use 3 defense potions. If you guys didn't catch that real quick. The guard jelly, we use all 3 of those because the behemoth it's a behemoth. All right. If you are someone who's doing a win DPS, don't be afraid to use the arrow cocktail. It's worth it. And then because I'm missing a little bit of HP and everything, and I don't know how much damage he's going to do, I go Mega Elixir. I now know that with my team, I don't have to, technically, right? I didn't need the full HP, or if I bring more HP, I don't have to use Mega Elixir, so I just got to change my setup. But this comes in clutch. I did more runs of this, and I didn't have to be so clutch about this. I just gave Barrett a little bit more power. But for this run and getting the top 100, you can see that this is what it's going to look like. So I do attempt to limit break stop his attacks here. Only with Tifa. A trick is, for this behemoth, he's going to heal. So you might as well save those limit breaks. Barrett's and Cloud's. I misuse them in here, and that costs me dearly. Another thing to keep in consideration, you see how he does that spin attack? It lowers our defense. So our defense is down right now. He does a lot of those throughout this fight. Let him do all of them and then raise your defense. So the first thing you should be doing is healing. And then once he does like 3 or 4 swipes and you have like 5 negative defense, then you use Barrett. In this one, he does like 2 of them in the beginning. And then we use Barrett to get it back up. And we do it 2 times. So now I have 3 positive defense up. He's about to go body slam. We go in defense mode, the blue diamond above my head. And we're keeping Cloud's and Barrett's limit break because he's going to heal. Taking a total of 3,687. And this is where I was saying, like, I didn't need the Mega Elixir. Right? We lost minus 22% of damage from all those attacks. So I definitely could survive if I already had a little bit of negative on me. So from here, more DPS, bad idea, bad idea. So what I'm trying to do is beat the clock. So I'm like, all right, limit break, use all my attacks. Maybe we can kill him before he heals. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. That was a waste. Don't do this. Let him heal and then let him put his defense on, because now he watch my debuffs on him. So not only did he heal the damage I just wasted plus the ATB gauges, my buff is falling off and he's going to go ahead and rampage and he's going to debuff himself anyways, right? So now if I did Tifa's somersault, then his Barrett's limit break, then cross slash, and we do what we did to the dragon, we could stop a lot of his animations and we would beat him without a problem. So right there, head thrash, I stopped it with the first limit break, so I can keep him stuck over here with 3 limit breaks. But I screwed up and I used Barrett's. So now this is a risky play, but the idea is wait till he heals, then use all your limit breaks. Or if you're someone who can burst him down, or you're a 3-man DPS team, then just burst him down before he heals. That's possible too. Use those cancel animations from the limit breaks. But now he has his own debuff plus our debuff, and we just want to get through this as fast as possible while your healer just heals up real quick. If you ever switch between attack and defense to heal, get to one of your DPS, switch it back to attack, and wait till this says 50% or you're losing 25% damage. So we just clutched this. You can see I'm going back and forth, right? I'm focusing on them. I use Tifa's limit break right away to add, and we're just DPSing like crazy as fast as we can. If I didn't use Barrett's limit break or saved all my ATB before the heal, it wouldn't have been so close. Like this guy's freaking out behind me over here. Right? I'm like, oh, I just made it. But let's go back to that keyframe where I screwed up. So right here where he's about to heal, see how I use Tifa's ATB? Don't do this. Put it on manual, slow it down, hold the ability so they don't cast anything. Don't let them cast ATB. Don't cast your limit breaks here, because he's going to heal it all and you just wasted all that ATB. You see me spamming clouds and it? No. Let him do the stamina charge. Then you do your limit breaks for defense down or damage, and then you spam your abilities. So big mistake right there. Would have made that fight much easier. But that's the whole thing. Let me just fast forward so you guys can see the dungeon ranking finishing, and I got my score of 1.830. So that is my run. If you guys have something different, if you want to help with the community, give you guys tips, what you guys ran, leave them down in the comment section. Again, I have a Discord if you ever need help. Discord link in the description of this video. Click it, go to the Final Fantasy VII evercrisis category, because I have a lot of categories for all the gacha games I've played through the years, general and all that. So find the Final Fantasy evercrisis channels, and there's a big community there ready to help. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.